The following program is brought to you by Eric Early for Congress 2020.
It's time, America, for the Eric Early Show.
I believe in American exceptionalism. I believe America is the shining city on a hill.
Eric Early is a successful businessman and attorney living in Los Angeles. Eric Early is now taking on the swamp in Washington, D.C. as a candidate for Congress against corrupt Congressman and career politician Adam Schiff.
Schiff walks around like he's this genius. He acts like this genius. He acts like he's smarter than all of us. And at the end of the day, he is a clown.
Eric Early is fearless, and his mission is to expose the underbelly of the beast.
Nancy Pelosi needs to be sent out into retirement also. She's probably about 20 years past her prime, quite frankly.
Get out of your comfort zone. You are about to be woke for the Eric Early Show, coast to coast and house to house. Now, here's your host, Eric Early.
Hey, everybody. Good May 30th. 2020 to all of you. I cannot believe it is almost about to be June. How this time has just passed us by on this COVID thing. So many of our internal clocks are just totally out of whack. Listen, this is a tough week in the greatest country that God ever created, our great country of America. And I'll be talking about a bunch of that today. Brief background about me. As many of you know, I'm an attorney. I've been an attorney for 27 years. I'm managing partner of a nationally recognized 30-lawyer law firm. We practice in courts all around the country, defending great people, defending great companies. We bring lawsuits, too, to protect all of you and all of these great companies against some of the biggest scoundrels around. And as many of you also know, I have the distinct honor and privilege of being the official Republican candidate to go against the worst congressman of our lifetime. Yes, him, Adam Schiff. He is a sociopath. I do not have 1 ounce of respect for that guy. I'm going to, right now, debate me, Mr. Schiff. I keep challenging this guy to a debate. Hopefully one of the days he'll come out and do it. Today's show, I'm going to be talking about this, what we're dealing with now in America with the riots and what led up to the riots. I'll be talking about my appearance last week in Sacramento before so many great patriots, talking about the lockup of California. I'll be talking, if I have time today, about what's going on with China. I've been reading more and more about China and their 100-year plan to really dominate the world, and we're watching it happen right before our eyes. I'll probably have some choice words about my opponent, the evil little Adam Schiff. But Ronald Reagan once said in his inauguration speech, there are 3 words that in our Constitution that separated us from everybody else. And when I do this show, I love talking about it. We the people. Because our Constitution, unlike all those other countries' constitutions, give the power in the hands of the people. And we have this ruling class, these Gavin Newsoms, these Adam Schiffs, this clown who calls himself a mayor in our town, who claim they forgot those words. They think it's we the politicians. They have forgotten that we the people are the bosses. We tell them what to do. We tell them how to spend our money. They think our money is their money, the way they spend money. So, that's a big basis of this show, We the People. I believe in America. I believe in American greatness. I believe in all our patriots who've been out there fighting to get these lockups out of the way. My name is Eric Early. You can read more about me at ericearly.com, ERICEARLY.com. We'll be back after a few moments, and we're going to start back on what we're now living through in America right now with these riots.
Attention Italian food lovers. Angelo's and Vinci's Ristorante in Fullerton, California is open for takeout with wine. Can you believe it? Angelo's and Vinci's Takeout is now able to offer you a nice bottle of wine to enjoy with your meal. Order today and get 1/2 price on our special selection of Pinot Grigio, Chianti, Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Merlot. Mamma mia! Order today at Angelo's and Vinci's from our complete award-winning menu and get some great wine for one-half price. We hope you're healthy and safe. We want to keep you well-fed. Wapo's To-Go Kitchen is open from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day, or you can order through DoorDash. Pizza dough, bread, sauces still being made fresh every day. Angelo's and Vinci's named Best Italian Restaurant on the Orange County Hot List. Call 714-879-4022. Angelo's and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. That's 714-879-4022.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Eric Early here, www.ericearly.com. All right, a couple days ago in America, we've all seen the video now, a police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota, murdered a man named George Floyd. Anybody that watches that video could not be but sickened by it. To have this police officer, I'm going to tell you, I am the biggest supporter of law enforcement. I'm one of the biggest supporters of law enforcement out there. But what happened, what this officer did to that man, it's an outrage. It rips you apart when you see that. Putting your full body weight through your knee onto a guy's neck who is also being restrained by 3 other officers, who's telling you, I can't breathe, officer, I can't breathe, let me out, who's praying, who's calling for his mom. This officer, Chauvin, I think his name is, he murdered him. He's a murderer, and he should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. You know, there are, unfortunately, listen, there are thousands of incredible cops in our country, incredible, every single day, men, women, what they do to protect all of us on a daily basis. You never hear about it, of course. You never hear about it. Every single act of kindness they do on a daily basis, every time they put themselves in harm's way to protect you and me and all of us, who go out day to day, who got involved in this job because they wanted to protect us. They wanted to do their duty to protect our lives and our citizens and our way of life and our rule of law. I love those cops. But I have a very good friend of mine who's a former police chief. I think you're watching today. I'm not going to mention your name, buddy. Former police chief, great buddy of mine. And so I've got sort of the internal poop on what the chiefs out there are talking about right now. And the police chiefs of America and so many of the rank and file police officers are horrified about what they saw this guy do to that man, George Floyd. George Floyd should be alive today. End of story. That cop that murdered him should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, period. And also the other ones who restrained this man, George Floyd, they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. We didn't see them on the video. We have to figure out something to do with the bad cops in America. There is nothing a good cop dislikes more, or very few things that a good cop dislikes more and hates more than a bad cop. Because a bad cop, like this murderer the other day, makes all cops look terrible. And makes all of their incredible acts and heroic acts that law enforcement does for every one of us every single day of the week go right out the window and get totally ignored. And so, for example, in speaking with my buddy the chief, another former chief I know, some of the rank and file, chiefs will tell you they spend 90% of their time dealing with the 10% of bad cops and 10% of their time dealing with everything else. And one thing that you just don't hear enough about, but what's got to be talked about, is every cop knows the bad cops in their midst. Every chief knows the bad cops in their midst. And the thing that's not talked about is what a chief goes through to try and get rid of a bad cop. It's almost impossible to get rid of a bad cop. And let me give you what's going on out there. This is straight from the mouths of chiefs and former police chiefs and some of the rank and file that I talked to. They're protected. Police officers are protected. In California, it's called the POA. Maybe it's called that in other things. Police Officers Association. It's not a union, but it works like a union. They're not supposed to be called unions, but it works like a union. And when a police chief tries to get rid of a cop that everybody on the force, on the beat, knows is a bad cop, knows is one of these nut jobs, like the guy that murdered George Floyd, when they try and get rid of him, there's a complaint filed with by the cop. They immediately brings in the POA. And the POA will do everything possible to protect that cop, no matter the disciplinary record of that cop. Could go back years. This murderer in Minneapolis, he had a disciplinary record going back for years. We're now just starting to hear about it. But it's no surprise to police chiefs out there in America. And it's no surprise to the rank and file, the great cops out there, 90% of great cops. They know about it. And what happens when a chief tries to get rid of somebody like this, it's almost impossible to get one of these guys off the force. Between the POA and then the local city councilmen and women have to get involved, and the city manager, and they're all pushing to protect the cop as well, the bad cop. These persons can never get fired. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a good chief in Minneapolis. I'm not sure how good that chief is. I mean, quite frankly, that entire command structure, that police department in Minneapolis, should be sent packing, just to allow this kind of negligent behavior to go on their watch. But not only that, I'm going to have some comments about how they abandoned their police station up there the other day to allow it to be burnt down to the ground by these savages out there. What happens is these POAs, they donate a fortune to the politicians. And almost in every instance, who does the POA, the tacit union, donate to? To the Democrat politicians. So if you have Democrats sitting on your city council, if you have Democrats, in Congress, like my opponent, if you have, Democrat in the governorship, they will not fight to get rid of these bad cops. Now, all of a sudden, the Democrat, politicians speak up, like this joker, Adam Schiff, my opponent. He, of course, has to do a tweet about, how terrible this was. Of course, it was terrible. But no doubt he has probably received donations from the Police Officers Association. He has probably been endorsed by the Police Officers Association. POAs should be banned legally from donating to politicians. POAs should be banned legally from endorsing politicians of any party. The power that these POAs are allowed to hide behind, which then in turn allows them to keep these kind of bad cops on the force, it has to be taken from them. And when I get to Congress, one thing I'm going to do whatever I can to make whoever was involved in the negligent retention of cops like this guy Chauvin, anytime there's this kind of outrage, these folks have to be held liable in some way. The council people, the POAs, and everybody else who kept a bad cop on the force and prevented a chief from firing that bad cop. I'm going to talk more about this when I get back. EricEarly.com, www.ericearly.com.
You
experiencing pain? Back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain? Pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Now, citizen, these are trying times, but these are also hungry times. Hungry for some yum-yum for the tum-tum as we long for some semblance of normalcy? Well, Columbo's is doing its part by serving up the most succulent steaks, the freshest fish, Columbo's family Italian specialties, the world's greatest meatballs, all for your enjoyment and consumption and all in the privacy of your home. Yes, it's all pickup. Just call 323-254-9138 and Columbo's will have your order ready for you. And during this time, contact your local and statewide officials and tell them to allow restaurants to open up and do what they do best. Columbo's, that little neighborhood place we need open right now. Columbo's, mangia bene.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. 800-932-1597. That's 800-932-1597.
Hey, folks, thanks for coming back. As you can see, I'm not happy with what's going on out there. And I'm going to get to these rioters in a second, too, okay? But getting back to the bad cops, listen, I'm the biggest supporter I know. Well, not I know a lot of big supporters of good, great cops, 90% of cops out there. But I am not a supporter of bad cops, and we got to make it easier for the police chiefs of America, most of whom were rank-and-file cops before they became chiefs, to get rid of bad cops. What I've seen a personal friend of mine go through when he was a chief of a police force to get rid of a notoriously bad cop. I mean, this cop was so bad, the stories I could tell you about this guy, what my buddy went through to try and get this guy off the force, it went through the POA. The POA protected this bad cop. The city council members protected this bad cop. Before it was all over, the bad cop, who had done notoriously bad stuff, not only was not removed from the force, but he ended up suing the city and getting a settlement from it. What an outrage. What a joke. And all the cops, all the good cops know exactly what I'm talking about, and they want these people out. Okay, so we have to be able to make that distinction. And I'm telling you, these Democrat politicians who get a fortune in donations from these so-called associations, which are unions, and endorsements from them to make them look like they're pro-police when they're not, this is what keeps real change from happening, to protect our citizens, to protect the George Floyds of the world, protect you, me, and everybody else from some, a bad cop has a lot of power. You don't want somebody like that coming after you who's got a gun on top of it. And we got to protect all of us. When I get to Congress, I'll do whatever I can to get a bill passed to protect the chiefs out there, to protect the good cops out there, and to do whatever we can to take the power away from these POAs of the world and take the power away from protecting bad cops. We got to be able to get these people gone. And if we were able to do that, this fellow George Floyd, who by everything I've read and seen looked like a really good guy, and the whole thing sucks, frankly. It's terrible. We gotta do what we can to get rid of those officers before we get to this point. Now, let me talk about something else related to this. These people burning down these buildings, they should be locked up. They should be taken in. All of these looters, they think they're helping their cause. They're not helping their cause. Listen, I'm a huge supporter of law and order, and we should not be allowing these savages to run loose in our city streets. People are afraid of them. We need to protect people. You know, what this command structure in Minneapolis did a few days ago, they vacated the police station up there. They vacated it. I don't know where the rule came down, the order came down. I've heard maybe it came from that mayor up there who I've got doubts about, frankly. I got serious questions about. But, you know, at the end of the day, police officers will tell you that they must do what's moral, ethical, and legal. And that police chief up there in Minneapolis, when the order came down to vacate the police station the other night, if that police chief had done what's moral, ethical, and legal, he would have said to that mayor, whatever, we're holding firm, we're protecting our territory, we're not letting these people burn down our police station. But no, the police chief ran out, took all the rank and file with him, and these maniacs out there in the street of Minneapolis burned down the police station. We cannot allow that to happen. Now what's going on in Minneapolis is out of control because they've set a precedent up there, a really bad precedent that they're going to run and let these people do what they want to do. Now Minnesota or Minneapolis is playing catch up. They're bringing in the National Guard. I want to commend, for example, yesterday in Los Angeles, Police Chief Michael Moore. He did not back down. And who knows what orders he got or he didn't get. Because quite frankly, I think the mayor of our city, Eric Garcetti, has no spine. You've heard me talk about him before. But I'll tell you, the police chief, Michael Moore, he told his cops, stand your ground. We're not going to let the looting go on. We're not going to let the fires go on. And if anybody comes after you or threatens to do anything, we're going in, we're getting them, we're locking them up. And before the night was through, 500 people were locked up for doing that. That's what you do to maintain law and order. You cannot pussyfoot around with these people. You can't just say, I know you're upset, so go ahead and burn down our city. So I commend Michael Moore, and I commend the other fire chiefs, and I commend all the great cops out there who are fighting for all of us. We saw what happened in front of the White House yesterday, too. I don't know if many of you saw it. They stood their ground. So, God bless all of them. And I'll be back after this latest break, www.ericearly.com. I'll be talking about Sacramento last week.
Do you want to fly somewhere, anywhere in the world? Smart travelers call myflightsearch.com for the best deals on flight tickets. Going to Manila, Bangkok, London, how about Singapore? Call myflightsearch.com for the lowest flight tickets available. What about a local vacation? Let's say you want to fly to Vegas, Orlando, Miami, Los Angeles, or Denver. Pick up the phone and call myflightsearch.com right now. We have exclusive deals that you can't find anywhere else. The only way you can get these low airline prices is by calling us. We have so many low prices available, we can't possibly tell them to you right here and now. If you're flying somewhere anytime in the next 6 months and you want the lowest airline ticket prices anywhere, you owe it to yourself to save a ton of money. So pick up your cell phone and call Call myflightsearch.com right now.
Call 800-445-3166. 800-445-3166. That's 800-445-3166. Call now. 800-445-3166.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Attention Italian food lovers. Angelo's and Vinci's Ristorante in Fullerton, California is open for takeout with wine. Can you believe it? Angelo's and Vinci's Takeout is now able to offer you a nice bottle of wine to enjoy with your meal. Order today and get 1/2 price on our special selection of Pinot Grigio, Chianti, Chardonnay, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Merlot. Mamma mia! Order today at Angelo's and Vinci's from our complete award-winning menu and get some great wine for 1/2 price. We hope you're healthy and safe. We want to keep you well fed. Wapo's To Go Kitchen is open from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day, or you can order through DoorDash. Pizza dough, bread, sauces still being made fresh every day. Angelo's and Vinci's named Best Italian Restaurant on the Orange County Hot List. Call 714-879-4022. Angelo's and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022. That's 714-879-4022.
As a business owner, when was the last time you asked yourself if you have the right commercial insurance coverage? You need business insurance to protect everything you're building. One disaster without the right insurance could hurt your business, and larger deals you're trying to close may require that you have it. We recommend CoverWallet for all your business insurance needs. In just 2 minutes with their award-winning technology, they can offer you free competitive quotes from top insurance carriers nationwide. CoverWallet has helped tens of thousands of businesses, startups, restaurants, truckers, construction companies, landscaping companies, beauty salons, consultants, and they can help you. No business is too big or too small, and it's a free call to find out. Protect your business. Get the right insurance for your business. Call CoverWallet right now.
800-220-7612. 800-220-7612. That's 800-220-7612.
Hey folks, great Tom Petty. I love that intro. American Girl. We miss Tom Petty. All right. Some of these crazy people leading these riots. Some of these crazy people leading these riots. Of course, it's Antifa. They come in from out of town. And, these are, so many of them are these like spoiled rich kids that grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. They went to college. They live free, high on the hog on student loans that they'll never pay back. And they majored in things that are not worth the paper they're written on. And they come out and they lead these horrendous riots, this horrendous looting. They think they're doing something positive and amazing. They call themselves Antifa. That's supposed to be anti-fascist. These are the fascists of our day. Apparently, they burned down the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta yesterday. These Antifa crazies must be dealt with harshly. All right, so I'm back. I was in Sacramento last Saturday. I spoke up in front of the Capitol. We had thousands of people, patriots, American patriots from all over California, fighting the ongoing theft of our constitutional rights by Gavin Newsom, Eric Garcetti, some of these other terrible people who consider themselves leaders. They're not leaders. It was thrilling, frankly, to meet so many of you from around the state, really patriots who said, no more. You know, you're not going to tell me how to live my life. You're not going to take my rights. You're not going to tell me if I could go to church or synagogue. You're not going to tell me if I can do my job. You're not going to steal my livelihood. You're not going to kill my business. And so I got up there and I spoke, and we got a couple clips. So, Mike, you want to go with the first clip?
And you patriots are the ones that are going to make sure that our American greatness stands forever.
Okay, so that was our first clip. You know, I went on for a while up there. It was great. I got up there. They had a flatbed truck, and they'd bring you up on the flatbed truck, and just seeing everybody up there. Somebody from the AP got there, and apparently wrote, the Associated Press did a total fake media job, said there were, quote unquote, a couple hundred people that showed up. There are thousands of people up there. It was incredible. Mike, how are we doing with the clips? We got another
I've got
one?
a mayor down.
Just let me know when
he's
you're ready.
called a mayor. He's a spineless, weak, little pampered child named Eric Garcetti. Another one who has. This is another joker who claims he's out here protecting all of us, right? Because they know better than us, right, man? They all know, this guy knows better than us, right? We're just a bunch of morons to these idiots. He's protecting us, they're both protecting us while they're killing off tens and tens of thousands of people who are dying in their homes, who are losing their jobs, losing their businesses, and these clowns consider themselves helping us.
Yep, that's exactly what I was talking about. And Mike, when you have the next one ready, you'll just let me know, the next clip. You know, this is what we're dealing with up there, and thanks to the pressure of all of the great patriots in California, been demonstrating all over the place. Thanks to the people who've been going to speakeasies, get their hair done, get this done, get stuff done that they've been prevented from doing by these folks. Thanks to our great law enforcement who said, you know what, we're not going to criminalize great Americans for following their constitutional rights. Cops who do what's moral, ethical, and legal. Thanks to all of them. This Gavin Newsom, this Eric Garcetti, the rest of them have been made to look like complete fools trying to lock us down. And that's why right now this state is finally opening up. They'll never admit it, but it was the pressure brought to bear on all of these counts that have caused this Newsom to say to himself, I'm looking like a moron. I'm issuing all these orders. Nobody's listening to me anymore. Even the cops are ignoring me. Same thing with Garcetti. Finally, California, Los Angeles, apparently I can go out to dinner tonight in Los Angeles. Apparently people can cut hair again in Los Angeles. Mike, you want to play that other clip?
I've got a mayor down, he's called a mayor. He's a spineless, weak, little pampered child named Eric Garcetti. Another one who has...
Clip? All right, let's try the second clip. All right, we'll get there when we get to the second clip. Anyhow, thankfully, we're opening. And one thing I want these Garcettis and Newsoms of the world to tell us about, because we haven't heard it yet, all we've heard in Los Angeles is how there are 3,000 or so people have died. They have never told us once how many of those people are homeless. They have never told us how many of those people are homeless that died out here. And the reason they're not telling us is because Garcetti and Newsom have been saying for years that they were going to get the homeless off our streets. 50,000, 60,000 people in L.A. County alone. They got a few thousand off because of this COVID thing. There's still tens of thousands living on the streets. We know, common sense tells us, many of them had died from this COVID thing. And Garcetti doesn't want to admit it because he has been a complete failure when it comes to homelessness. You want to play that other clip, Mike?
And you patriots are the ones that are going to make sure that our American greatness stands forever.
And that's true. That's true. You know, we're fighting a battle of good versus evil in this country. This is why I got in this race. Communism, socialism, these are evil forces that we're fighting in this country. That's what I said to those great patriots up there. They loved it. It was just an incredible time. And anytime you have an opportunity to go to a rally like that, I totally commend that you do it. And one thing One thing that's fascinating now is, up until a week ago, the mainstream media was telling us, if you don't go outside, you're gonna get COVID and die, right? And so many of us don't believe the mainstream media. We know our own immune systems. We just threw all that stuff aside so long ago. Well, now with this writing out there, suddenly the mainstream media doesn't seem to be caring too much about social distancing, masks, not leaving your house, etc. What happened, mainstream media? Last week was so important, now you could care less about it. Let's talk a bit about this guy, Schiff, all right, and how he's dealing with things now. This guy, Schiff, he thinks he's morally superior to us. He thinks he's better than us. You can hear it in the way he speaks. And yet all he does is lie round the clock. That's what he does. How does somebody who lies every single time he opens his mouth consider himself to be morally superior? What kind of human is that? Anyhow, I'll get back to Schiff when we get after this break. On the other side, www.ericearly.com.
How would you like to save up to $500 on your next vacation package? Any vacation package anywhere in the world. Just call Superior Travel and mention the code RADIO and save up to $500. We'll design a custom, fantastic vacation just for you with all the bells and whistles. Not some cookie-cutter vacation, but a unique, all-included vacation customized by one of our exclusive travel experts. And our service is completely free. You pay nothing more. So why waste your time? Let us do it for you. We've got over 100 years of travel experience to help create the perfect trip for you. Call now and learn how to save up to $500 on your next custom vacation. Pick up the phone, call Superior Travel, and use the code word RADIO.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Eric Early, www.ericearly.com. I'm going to talk some more about the demented sociopath named Adam Schiff, my opponent. Like I said, we're doing everything we can to get that guy on a debate stage. I cannot wait to take him on head-to-head. Come on, player. Come on, player, Adam Schiff. Come on, you who you think in your own mind you should be president one day. God forbid. Come on, man. Get on stage and debate me, because it's us. And it's time for our district and for America to see you in action against somebody who's going to say a few things to you like you have not heard from the Rachel Maddows and the Don Lemons and the Chuck Todds and the Mary Brennans and all of these far-left sycophants of yours and of the Democrat Party. It's time to get on the stage and debate and let the people hear everything, and let the people, we the people, make up our own mind instead of being led down the garden path by a mainstream media that knows. We have a mainstream media, for example, in Los Angeles. I'm not talking to Schiff anymore. We have a mainstream media in Los Angeles Times. I don't think they have endorsed a Republican for president in over half a century. Might be closing in on a century by now. That's all you need to know, really, about what we're dealing with out here. The people, I don't think that you can work in the newsroom of the Los Angeles Times and openly support a Republican. I don't see how you could do it. The peer pressure that must be brought to bear, the decision makers that must be walking around that place to make sure that anybody with a right of center sensibility stays in that place. I don't see how they stay. And so we have a mainstream media. This LA Times, they think Adam Schiff walks in water because the LA Times hates Donald Trump. They hate Donald Trump. Adam Schiff, as we all know, lied to all of us for 3 years about President Trump. The LA Times played that stuff up every single day. Every single day there was some other lie from Schiff played up front page news. Has the LA Times backed off, apologized for any of this stuff? No. That's what at least a real journalistic operation should do. Sorry, we blew it for the last 3 years. We spent 2 years calling it the second coming of Watergate because of what Adam Schiff was telling us. Now we know because we've seen Adam Schiff was lying to us. We apologize. We should never have followed this liar down a garden path. So what is Schiff doing now? First of all, in the COVID epidemic, he was nowhere near our district. I believe he was about 3,000 miles away for the entire district. He'd beam in every once in a while from his house somewhere, approximately 3,000 miles away, and he'd come in and say something. He'd lie to somebody, some outfit, some group. He'd beam out. He doesn't care about our district. This is what he does before every election. Suddenly, he starts filtering in. You'll see a Los Angeles Times interview. You'll see an interview on a local news station. We have a guy out here called Alex Michelson. I say Alex because I think it's spelled E-L-E-X. He might as well be working for the Democrat Party. He might as well be on Adam Schiff's campaign team. He's a complete stooge for Adam Schiff. So, of course, the other day, he's on Michelson's show for like the third time in the last month or so, because Michelson had a team of cameras following Schiff. Schiff flew out here for a quick pit stop, then went home again, in his mask, delivering a meal or two. And then Schiff, he threw Schiff a few softballs, and then Schiff went off again. This is what we have. Schiff just appears out of nowhere. Suddenly you start seeing him speaking to groups by Zoom, local groups, saying these things that he never means in interviews, and then he jets out of here again. And we have a mainstream media that what it will take for a Republican like me to get nearly the coverage that Schiff gets in any of these outlets, it's incredibly difficult. And so we have to reach all of you great people. Thankfully, I have this great outlet, CRN. Thankfully, I now have AM 870, The Answer, tomorrow at noon. Check me out, AM 870, The Answer. Great patriots who have given me these outlets to be able to reach all of you. But we're going to start sending letters soon, equal time letters from our campaign lawyer to the Los Angeles Times of the world, to this character Alex Michelson on his local news station, to the other local news stations that have been putting Schiff on. We're going to send equal time letters to all of them, and we're going to start demanding that, hey, folks, it's time for you to give Eric Early the equal time on the air and in the interviews that you're giving to this guy Schiff. And as people who I know and people who understand the way the media works, they say, be careful, Eric, because if this clown Michelson, for example, puts you on, he's going to be coming after you, attacking you. I welcome that. Come on, Mr. Michelson, put me on your station. I cannot wait to get your questions trying to attack me against Schiff. I can't wait for those. So this is what's going on, but this is what we have with this guy Schiff. He could care less about our district. Okay, so in my next segment here, what's our next segment number? 6. All right, our next segment is going to be our final segment, but I'm going to talk about China. China has been, just taking advantage of us for far too long. As you heard me last week, I said out of the 20 or so trillion that I think our country owes them, we should be taking about 7 or so trillion off the bill for the virus and what it's done to our country. But I'll talk more about China when we come back after this break. It's www.ericearly.com. Check out my website when you get a chance. There's a lot of good stuff on there. And please donate. I need all your support against Shift. www.ericearly.com. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 888-912-1332. 888-912-1332. 888-912-1332. Call right now. 888-912-1332.
For the getaway of your dreams, come to Hawaii's Playground, Ka'anapali Beach Resort, on the fun side of Maui, where the world comes to play. Find your spot on Ka'anapali Beach with 3 miles of white sand, 12 resort properties, 2 golf courses, and 2 shopping centers. Enjoy the playground of Hawaii's ancient royalty. Ka'anapali Beach Resort is Hawaii's original master plan destination resort and home of the Hawaii Food and Wine Festival. With views of 2 neighboring islands, you can breathe in the land's natural beauty from your favorite resort or golf fairway. Come experience Ka'anapali's own special brand of Hawaiian hospitality with world-class dining, relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Ka'anapali Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit Ka'anapaliResort.com. That's KAANAPALI Resort.com.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? News flash, the president has changed the tax laws, and now you may be able to pay the IRS less. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, the tax doctor can help you pay the IRS as little as possible allowed by law. There are new tax laws for business owners, the self-employed, even W-2 workers. If you have a back tax problem or a few years of unfilled returns, new help to save you money is now here. Call right now to see how the new tax laws can help you. Plus, right now, we'll waive the consultation fee and give you a free tax savings report. Attention business owners, the self-employed, and W-2 workers. Make this free call to the tax doctor now and learn how to take advantage of the new tax laws that may help you pay the IRS less.
800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. 800-985-1610. That's 800-985-1610.
All right, we're back for the final segment of the show. Thanks for coming back, folks. Eric Early, www.ericearly.com. And if you want to see my full speech in Sacramento yesterday, you can find it at ericearly.com. You can also find it on our campaign's great Facebook page, Eric Early 4CA, Eric Early FORCA. Check out the speech up there. Talking about China. So I've been reading this book, and I commend all of you to read this. It's amazing. It's called The 100-Year Marathon. It's written by somebody named Michael Pillsbury. This guy Pillsbury is an expert on China. He has been since the days of President Nixon. And when you read this book, it lays it all out there. You know, the Chinese, they get to keep their government in power basically forever. And from the days of Mao in the 1940s until now, they started laying out a 100-year plan, or many decades-long plans on how they are going to be the superpower in the world. And one of the biggest things that these Chinese rulers follow, and it's embedded in their system, it's embedded in their government. They've been in, the Chinese people and the country have been around for thousands of years. And I'm talking about the Red Chinese government. I'm not talking about some of the great Chinese Americans we have. But this government has been set since about the 50s, the 40s, maybe the 60s, on becoming the dominant power in the world. And the biggest thing they use is deception. Deception is at the center of everything they do. And in fact, they think that they're, according to this book, that their greatest leaders, their smartest leaders, whether they're government leaders, military leaders, are the ones that can deceive the best. And so what has gone on for years, for so many presidential administrations here, until President Trump became president, they would come in and they would meet with our leaders and they would say, we're this poor country. We want to be Democrat just like you. We aspire to be, like you, but a peaceful America, because we're pacifist, because, Confucius was pacifist. But we need your help. We need your money. We need your we need some of your intellectual property. We need your business to come here. We need whatever help we could get. And for years now, American presidents, American administrations have been giving China everything, falling for this. This was their plan of deception all along, always knowing that the last thing they wanted to be was a pacifist power, that when finally the worm turned, they were going to be the most powerful nation in the world, militarily, financially. And now we can all see it. And President Trump came to power. He knew this was coming. He saw it firsthand. He's the one who finally drew a line in the sand with China. And what happened? In December, January, he negotiates a great deal for America, where Chinese finally started having to pay us hundreds of billions of dollars instead of the other way around. And guess what happened? We woke up right after that, and this COVID-19 was unleashed on us. And I want to see the evidence on this, but when you read a book like The 100-Year Marathon, and you start hearing some of the things that Mike Pompeo, our great Secretary of State, is saying, you start seeing more and more that this is all part of the Chinese plan to dominate the world. And I will tell you, if they intentionally unleash this virus on our world, we know what it's done to our economy. We should put a number on that. And if it's $7 trillion, for example, we just subtract that $7 trillion from the 20 or so trillion that we owe those people, and then we have to deal with them head on, because we cannot let that communist country be the dominant power on this planet. America is the greatest country that God ever created. We got to fight to keep us the shining city on the hill. www.ericearly.com. See you next week, same time. Thanks so much.